Hi everyone, Bruno Recommends Records here, and today's video is going to be a little bit of a rant, so if I swear or you see me a little bit more, I don't know, speaking from the heart, don't get me wrong, but I need to get this out because I'm tired to see this over and over again, and it just gets worse. So I'm going to start with two examples, and the first one is going to be the new Beatles Anthology. And guys, how can I say this? You go to Amazon right now, at least in UK, and for the collection, including the fourth anthology record, to buy it brand new, it costs you on CD almost £100, and on vinyl almost or beyond £300. It's nuts. It's insane. Okay, pre-sale was exactly the same prices, and the same thing happened with when the Red and Blue compilation from the Beatles came out with a third record, which the only new song was the single. I forgot to put it aside, and I have it over there. I bought the single on a 7-inch format, and I paid £10 for it. Okay, so people paid for the triple version of the blue and red record from the Beatles. They paid like almost £80 for each one of them on vinyl when they came out, and this was already the price on pre-sale. Pre-sale, god damn it, pre-sale. So, where I want to go to with this subject, the thing is, the prices are insane right now. If I go to a big shop like HMV on this side, which is His Master's Voice shop, in Portugal might be Fnac, for example. It's almost the same thing. And you also have Rough Trade. I don't know about US, Canada, and the rest of the world, but you might have something similar, if not the same shops. And last year, if you went to a shop and you would buy a new record that just came out, even if it was a reedition, it would be like no more than £33, which was already expensive. Nowadays, records can go the same record, and I'm not talking about double or triple records, I'm talking about an album with just one record to listen. It can go beyond £40. What the hell? And my thing is that there's a problem here, which is in the vinyl community, or people who buy vinyl, even if they don't consider themselves part of the vinyl community, they are, but whatever. The blame is on us, right? The blame is on us. I refuse to buy the new anthology. Why? I refuse to buy the fourth volume of the anthology. I went to check and I was like, oh, cool, let's see what it has. And the first thing that put me off was the selection of the songs. Now, I've seen some reviews and some people, if you are like that kind of person that you are a audiophile or anything like that, and people come and say, oh, the versions of Free as a Bird, and the other one that came out on the second volume, I can't remember, the Real Love, are much, much better. The voice of John Lennon doesn't sound like it's on a tape. Now it sounds like all the musicians are playing together and whatnot. Yeah. They put some AI. There's the evolution of the process of mastering, and technology keeps evolving. So what? So what? Does that deserve the price that is being asked for it? And I'm going to be honest with you. I had a conversation online on Facebook with someone, like in comments in a vinyl group. There's lots of them. and I can't even remember the name of which one, and I refuse to say it, to be honest with you, even if I remember the name. And there was this guy like, oh, Bruno, it's supply and demand. Yeah, really, it's supply and demand. Of course, it's supply and demand, dude. Do you know how supply and demand works? I'll tell you how it works. Supply and demand works also this way. We know the basics of supply and demand, okay? I studied economy, but I don't think you need to take a course to know what supply and demand means. So the lesser the product, the lesser copies there is from a record, the higher the price goes. And it works the same way. If there's lots of copies of the same record, the price goes down. But nowadays it doesn't even work like that, okay? So who's to blame? The blame is just ours, okay? And I'm including in this group. And I'm not a person that usually does that. And I'm here telling you guys, I refuse to buy the fourth volume of Anthology 4, which brings what? Brings nothing. Brings nothing. Do you know what's in there? I'll tell you. They can give you Anthology 5, Anthology 6 if they want. They just go to the studio, they have the master tracks, and then they go in like, oh, outtake number 56. What we do? We just take the voice in here, put only the backing track, the voices, put just the piano instead of the guitars. And they can keep going on and on and on. And after a couple of years, there's going to be an Anthology 6 with what? Nothing. And will cost £100. And you know why the prices keep going up? And it's not only with the Anthology. The Anthology is just one example. It's because there's someone who pays for it. Okay? So that's how supply and demand market, the basics of the market works. Here's the thing. Let's suppose there's a rare record in the market, but no one wants it. How much it's going to cost? It's going to cost nothing, almost nothing. But if someone makes a hype from it, I'll give you an example. There's this guy, this Portuguese guy, whose most of his career is completely crap. And when I say crap, it's completely crap. And he's the first one admitting it, that he had to do it in the late 70s and during the whole 80s to pay his rent, because the better music he was doing before, it wouldn't sell. Okay, I understand that. Okay? But in mid-2000s, there was this prog rock group, I don't know if it was French or something, on the internet, and someone decided to put one of his first records, it has slightly prog rock, as the fourth best prog rock album ever. And what happened? The album that wasn't sellable, because it was only known in Portugal and no one wanted to buy it because of that guy, it became like this collectible thing, and now people ask £400 for a copy. And way before that, people wouldn't even pay £5 for it, or even £1 for it. Okay? So here's my thing. Records only go and sell by insane prices if there's someone buying it. Okay? If you make a boycott, and if you don't buy it, imagine, everybody would refuse to buy the Anthology 4, whether the whole pack volume or just the volume 4. You know what would happen? It's easy, and I think you know the answer. In 1 year or two, the price would go halfway at least. Halfway. Okay? So, look, I have the anthologies, the first volumes, and these are reeditions, obviously, but they sound really great. There's the 3, 2, 1, and I bought them in a collection with the whole discography from the Beatles, and it cost me in 2017 or 2018 around £40 each. Okay, it's 3 records each. £40 seems fair. But god damn it, man, what happened in between 2018 and 2025 for people to consider that, oh, but I'm a Beatle collector and I want everything. Yeah, cool. Cool, dude. So don't get me wrong. Do you like to being stupid? Because that's what you are, man. If you pay a fortune for it, the prices will only keep increasing and increasing and increasing. And that's what everybody's doing and making reviews on the net because of the hype, to get some views, to get some clout, whatever. You know? I don't care about that. I'm a small channel. I might have 10 views as much. Sometimes even less than that. I don't have too many subscribers. I have like 125 or something like that. So probably I'm the right guy. I'm not sponsored by anyone. No one's offering me records. I pay records for my own money. So probably I'm the best guy to say what some people probably wanted to say, and they can't because it's not going to look good for its channel, or it's not going to look good for its sponsor. Well, you know what? Fuck that, because I don't need it. So here's what I'm saying. If everyone keeps buying records for those prices, next year, only one record album, one record, not double, not triple, only one record album, which will cost £50. Or in 2 years' time or 3 years' time. Because of who? Because of us as consumers. That's the blame. That's the blame. Look, I'm going to show you. I found out this amazing band. I fell in love with this amazing band during this year. Their album came in August or September, something like that. They only had EPs until then. And I only found about them because Spotify suggested me through another artist. And I listened to it. I got addicted. And as soon as I could, I bought the record, which is another thing that people say. Spotify and streaming, man, is killing the industry. People don't buy records anymore. Well, guess what? Most of the new records that I buy, I listened to them before, suggested by Spotify. And I'm saying Spotify, can be Bandcamp, it can be Deezer, or can be whatever you want, okay? Any streaming service you want. So, I found this band called Maruja, and I went to see them quite recently, last month, actually. And I found the band only when they put the record out. So I went to their website, because if possible, I prefer to give the money straight to the band. So I went through their website, and they had a really cool version, which was a gatefold. And I thought every version of the album was gatefold. And then I found out it was not. So they had a cool version gatefold with more images than the painting in the cover and everything, but it was sold out. So I went to Discogs to check. Okay, let's see and eBay to see how much people were asking for it. And this was like in 2 or 3 months' time, after sold out, people were already, and there's still people asking like 200 quid for that edition. And then I found out that actually the first editions of the band are all gatefolds, and then the next ones are not. Okay? They are simpler. The quality of the record is the same, but the sounding and everything and the mastering, but in terms of design, they give you less. And I found that like cool actually for a collector, okay? Having someone that is collectible is always cool if you assume yourself as a collector. So, I bought this from HMV, and they asked me like almost £30, which is the normal version, okay? And I thought, oh, it's not a gatefold. No. Okay, let's see the lyric insert. There's no lyric insert. There's only this, the inner sleeve. Okay, cool. And instead of a black one, I bought this one because the black one was that new ecological material, and I heard lots of bad reviews by lots of people about it. And it tends to degrade faster, which makes sense, okay? So until they found out a way that thing is gonna match with the best quality vinyl plastic record, I'm out. I'm still out of that. I admire everyone by the ecologic theme and everything, and I go with the message, but not for me. So this is that edition that I was talking about, the first edition that comes with a book, and the book brings more paintings from the same artist, which I think they are amazing. So, okay. And the color of the record is also different. It's something like this. So I went to see them live. And before that, I found out that they were actually already selling the record on their website. So it wasn't sold out anymore. Which I may think that probably the band run out the first copies and then they just order more from the label, which is, Music for Nations. And gosh, I'm going to be honest. And the quality of the record is worse than the first EPs that it came out without label. Okay. Moving on. So they put the record on sale again for £30. And that's how much I paid for the record when I went to the concert and I brought the record. The edition I wanted with was the gatefold with me. There's still people asking £200 for the same copy than the band is selling on their website and live for £30. Okay? So, honestly, besides the labels that, let's put the Beatles back, do you think you're giving money to the Beatles? No, you're not giving money to the Beatles anymore. You're giving money to the label. After they die, they're just going to keep doing this over and over and over and over and over again. And if you keep buying it, they're going to be asking whatever they want. Okay? Because you're buying it. So it's sellable. They're making a profit from you, from your ignorance, or from your collectible hobby. Is it worth, man? Is it worth? For a couple of songs on the Beatles Anthology 4 is a couple of songs, like mostly it's outtakes of songs that were already as outtakes in the other compilation. Are you really going to listen to that? Honestly, are you really going to listen to that? How many times, if you are going to listen? Once? Twice? I actually listen to the Anthology ones a lot. I listen to the whole Beatles discography from top to bottom once a year at least. I actually do that. Every single year I listen. From Please Please Me until Live at the BBC 2, which is the last one I have, which is already another rip-off, Live at the BBC 2, because most of the songs were on Live at BBC 1. So there you go. If you keep buying whatever people say a record will cost, people come, oh, you only pay what you should consider it's the right price for the record. Screw that, dude. That is bullshit. That is total bullshit, right? If there are records being sold nowadays for £4,000, you know that, for example, I'll give you an example. Vertigo Swirls. Vertigo Swirls, 30 or 40 years ago, dude. You would buy them here in London you would find them new in the £1 bin, right? Until it became a hype, the Vertigo Swirl. And now there's people paying hundreds and hundreds for just one Vertigo Swirl. What the hell, man? You know, I have this private group on my Facebook, and we're like 47 people, something like that. And we don't want to grow more because of we just like fine with each other and sharing music with each other. So let's keep it like that. And I have this guy. He's a little bit older than me. And he has almost every first UK and US edition of every single record you can imagine. But you know what? He bought it when they came out. So he bought it for a decent price. Even if it was expensive, but it wasn't nothing like that, man. It wasn't like nothing more than 20 or 30 pounds for a new record. So, do you want to keep feeding the machine? And it's not only the labels, there's all these resellers online screwing you up. Do you want to keep doing that? Are you sure? So, leave a comment if you want. That's it for today. Sorry about my rant, but I needed to speak about this, and that's it. Okay? See you soon.